It is time for Beauty and the Beast, but the big question is, which one of them refers to Lumen? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment here for Season 5, Episode 4. It's called Beauty and the Beast. We're here for the review, but we're also here to bash Lumen a little bit because pretty controversial character. I think a lot of people would acknowledge that this is the most polarizing character in the entire Dexter series. A lot of people hated this character in here. A few people even loved this character. But we're not going to judge it based on this episode. Didn't do much for me though, although I will accept that I guess she was in a pretty bad situation there. So I understand her not trusting Dexter, her being a little bit skirmish or whatnot. But what was your thoughts on Lumen? And by the way, even Lumen aside, I believe the actress is called Julia Stiles. I think one of the worst actresses that I've seen get a main role, and I'll put her up there with Kim Dickens.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about her. I haven't seen her in anything else, to be honest, but yeah, I've heard a lot about her from you. You've referenced it, other people have referenced it. I've seen the odd thing on, like, a short or something. It doesn't fill me with much hope. Seems like the sort of person that's going to drag Season 5 down by the fucking, the oars.
Yeah, so, aye.
Why? Nah, I should have listened to Harry. Fucking just leave her.
Just not a fan of Julia Stiles. It reminds me very similar to Kim Dickens, in my opinion.
What else has she been in? I know the face.
Oh, I think she's more in movies than TV series.
Aye.
She was in a pretty popular movie. Can't remember what it was called.
And dragged it right down.
But, I mean, if you want to go and check out her filmography or whatever you call it, then go ahead and do that. But
I'll do it after the review.
Yeah, we're gonna crack on with this review. So we start off where episode 3 ended. Dexter finds this woman. He finds Lumen. She's panicking. She's trying to escape. She's got a lot of injuries and stuff like that to her back. She wakes up, sees Dexter, panics, tries to get out there. Dexter has to sedate her. Harry's looking on. He's like, oh, this isn't good, Dexter. You've got a witness. She's seen you kill that man. She's seen you kill Boyd Fowler. Now, I mean, it should be a win-win because Boyd Fowler was going to kill Lumen, and then Dexter killed Boyd Fowler. So, in an ideal world, Dexter and Lumen would be like, you know what, that worked out pretty well for us and go their separate ways.
Yep.
But when you kill someone and there's a witness and she doesn't know even if Dexter is maybe working with Boyd Fowler or he could be part of a bigger group, which she references at the end of the episode. So, I don't think Dexter can just play it off as here. That guy was going to hurt you, so I killed him in cold blood. Dexter's not even got the self-defense argument. The guy was like fucking tied to a table.
No, he wasn't.
That's actually the worst thing about all Dexter's kills. See if somebody walks in, you've not got all the self-defense. See if Dexter's just a guy that, maybe stabbed people or shot. Maybe she would have seen that and went, oh, you tried to save me. It was self-defense.
Aye, sort of
It was
thing.
me or him. But when you've got a guy or a woman trapped to a table and you're biding your time and gloating about the fact you're going to kill them, then it doesn't really work.
What would she have done though? I mean, if she got out, would she have gave up Dexter? I guess Dexter doesn't know that, so you can't take that risk. But I mean,
but I mean, he's already got the Butler family, not the Butler family. I don't know why I keep calling them the Butler family. The Mitchell family. He's already got the Mitchell family drawing images of him. I don't think he wants another woman out there doing more sketches, does he?
No, probably not.
Everybody in Miami at this point will be sketching,
Getting
Dexter
their pencils out.
and I'm sure Quinn will be.
Yeah.
He'll be looking for every single sketch that he can get. Deborah calls Dexter to the La Botanique murder, and he basically finds a few things that Masuka couldn't find. There was I believe there was a cigarette or...
No, hold on. I find this actually unacceptable for Masuka and the rest of them. So Dexter finds a cigar butt in the blood, and then is able to reference the brand and the size and whatever.
Yeah, you know what? I will accept, right, that Dexter and Masuka's roles are different, and that Dexter's the blood guy, and that Masuka is maybe better with human body parts, whatever, that don't have blood, right? I get that. But you'd think even a rookie cop should have noticed there was something in the blood.
Yeah. No, like, if they don't notice the brand, that's fair enough. I mean, not everyone knows
I don't
cigars.
think if they notice it's a cigar, but
There's something in the fucking
should
crime
not be like,
scene.
here, there's a pool of blood and there's something in it there.
But Dexter doesn't care about emotions. See if I was Dexter. See if I was a normal person.
Do your fucking job, guys.
You've pulled me from my time off due to my wife dying for a fucking obvious cigar butt that's sitting right there. Unacceptable, man.
Yeah, so that's a clue. They run that for prints and whatnot. Dexter then returns to the apartment. It's been a whole night he's been out. Sonia's not happy. Dexter, there's no trust here. She walks out.
No trust, fella.
She leaves him. Says, I like Harrison, but she said she came up with some sort of line. Never lie to someone who trusts you, and never trust someone who lies to you. I thought that was pretty good.
That was a good line.
If we were doing a quote of the episode, I think that would have won it.
That would. I mean, but that is true, isn't it? You should never trust someone who lies, and you shouldn't lie to someone who's good and trusts you.
Aye, so she walks out, and now Dexter's down a babysitter, which is not good. We've got Quinn talking to Special Agent Ray Walker.
Not quite Frank Lundy, is it?
It's not, but he wants to get his hands on the Mitchell.
Jonah.
He wants to get his hands on Jonah Mitchell, not physically, but he wants to show him the sketches and see if this person, Kyle Butler, looks like Dexter Morgan. But Ray Walker says, I can't. Look, I know we go way back and all this shit, but that would be a violation of safe house procedure. So Quinn's like, come on, I'm begging you. Ray Walker basically says, nah, but if you want, I'll show him the picture that you want to show him. And Quinn can't do this because, well, I mean, I guess Quinn could do it. Would it go any further than Ray Walker and Jonah Mitchell?
I mean, it could have.
I suppose he is a special agent, so wouldn't he... Was he actually not talking to Dexter as well? Wouldn't that...
Quinn can just cover his own back. He can be like, right, I'll give you this picture. But if he does know him, you've got to say you were just going through like random mug shots of people and he fucking...
It's not even about that. Would Ray Walker not be like, here, why are you handing me a photo of a guy that works in the Miami department? I mean protecting himself from Jonah. I mean more Ray.
True.
Special Agent Ray.
I mean, he's just suspicious of him at this point, Quinn, and I guess Ray Walker does know who Dexter is. He was in the back of the mate wagon.
That's what I mean. So would it not be a bit suspicious here if would Ray Walker not be asking questions here? Why are you giving me a picture of your colleague?
Well, of course he would be here.
Come on, think of someone suspected Dokes before Dokes was suspected. Would you know what I mean? Like
surprise, motherfucker.
I'm sure that would be a bit awkward. So yeah, he refuses to do it. Later on, we see Quinn try and intercept Jonah himself when Ray and I guess Ray's buddy they stop.
Downer for the Mayans.
Downer, yeah, that's it. What did I call him? Some Quintez.
It was just Quintez. Quinn and Montez combined.
I wasn't right, but I was close. Quintez Downer sounds a bit something. Anyway,
Downer Quintez. We're down a Quintez, amigo.
Quinn intercepts Jonah in the 7-Eleven. It's like a gas stop, but before he can really, well, I mean, he does get to show him the image, but Jonah doesn't get a reply.
He doesn't register it.
Yeah, he doesn't get to engage in a conversation before Quinn is held at gunpoint. He explains he's an officer, but no, a detective even, but nobody cares. He gets arrested. Later on, he gets his ass chewed out by LaGuerta, who says, I can't believe you're doing this. If you have any theories, if you have any suspicions, then you come to me. Quinn says, I already came to you, and you basically told me to forget about it. And she says, look, this guy's just lost his wife, etc. But, I mean, after what happened to Doak, shouldn't LaGuerta be a bit more open to the possibility?
She should be, but the cat's in the bag now for Quinn. He could just go to Ray again, be like, right, I was left on double one there, son. So here's the darts. You go and fire them at Dexter.
True, but I don't think LaGuerta's going to go around the station saying, by the way, he suspected Dexter was this Kyle Butler character.
True, definitely not. But here,
Dexter
I like this part of the episode.
Yeah, so she then suspends Quinn, says, that's you're done, you're suspended, and you're lucky you're not being fired. The only reason she says she didn't fire him is because that would just add more stress to Dexter, because she would need to reveal the reason. So, I mean, looks like Quinn was lucky here to
Quintez is hanging on by his fucking fingernails.
Aye, hanging on by a thread. We get more of the behead and murder stuff, which, I don't know, what do you think of that?
I mean, I thought it was a good action scene when they go into the the big room.
Yeah, so they have the fingerprints. They track them down. Two brothers from, I don't know from where. Maybe illegals, possibly.
One of them was in Sons, though.
I
The
forget.
guy who did the throat slit was the Lobo cartel member that got injected with truth serum, amigo.
Yeah, so they track them down, and it's like a bunch of, I don't know, immigrants or refugees.
He's in there, amigo! Odale!
They point to the closet. He's gay. He's in the closet. He's not come out yet, amigo.
Phil Leotardo wanted to come out.
But he got forced back in. Big machete to one of the immigrants or refugees or hostages, I guess, at this point's throat. Deborah refuses to shoot him because she doesn't maybe want to hit the other guy, and then he just calls her an idiot, and he slices the guy's throat and jumps out the window, makes an escape, makes a getaway. Now, the guy that had his throat slit managed to survive, I believe, in hospital.
Yep.
So, I mean, I guess the laceration wasn't that deep. But
You know what, though? It's not like Miami PD are going to give two shits about an illegal getting shot in the crosshairs of a fucking big drug lord that's wanted for beheading business people.
See if someone had a machete at your throat. I think I would prefer and trust. I would trust a police officer's aim than take my chances.
Yep. Yeah, I'd rather get shot in the process if they're going to try and eliminate the target.
Yeah, I'd be like, here, I go for it.
Yeah. But obviously this guy, if he says... I mean, Deborah just got blinded by the red mist to this guy's throat.
Yeah, she did. Kind of just like sprayed out at him, and after this, she was like kind of down on herself, and she believed that she was responsible for this. But people basically said, "Nah, you're a hero. You saved this guy's life, technically."
You saved him, amigo.
Yeah. We then get Jim McCourt, Internal Affairs investigator, shows up. Batista's like, "What are you doing here?"
What?
I squashed this beef. So we seen Batista. He went and spoke to the officer that he battered. He thought it was done. He thought they were good. Well, not good, but he thought the matter was dealt with. Apparently, it's not dealt with, though, because Jim McCourt sounds like a guy from Northern Ireland.
It does, but I tell you what, see this guy, I've seen the actor, I think it was it Prison Break? He always plays the same fucking guy. Some like corrupt agent. I'm not saying he's corrupt here, but he's got a fucking hard-on for Batista.
Yeah, he tells Batista.
He walks alone.
Not that simple. Then he speaks with LaGuerta. He wants to know what it's about. LaGuerta's been a wee bit, sketchy on the details. And he reveals it's because the officer says that LaGuerta gives the best blowjob in Miami. Batista's watching on from outside. And then he basically says something along the lines to LaGuerta, well, is it true?
Yeah. Well,
which makes you think this guy might be a wee bit shady.
He is a wee bit shady. I thought it was Fito that gave the best ones, but apparently LaGuerta does. But here,
Fito's not in Miami though, is he? So, I mean...
He was in New Jersey, but maybe on the East Coast of America, they're competing head for head, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, Batista, LaGuerta, I think it's held back Batista. I don't think so.
No, it has, but I think this is probably the best their wee marriage has got.
Aye. I like Batista, though.
Bit of drama.
I would like Batista to get his own proper arc, almost. I feel like Batista hasn't been front and centre since... Rudy fucking stabbed him. And that's donkeys ago.
Back in season 1, buddy. Quinn then apologises to Deborah for not backing her up earlier. She's like, where the hell were you? And he can't really reveal that he was searching for Jonah
Jobbing
Mitchell.
at your brother, big man.
Can't really reveal now that he's been suspended, so he kind of just disappears into the middle of the night. He says to Deb, I'm no good for you. And she said, I'm not looking for good right now. She's looking for bad. She wants the bad boy Quinn. And then we'll finish with Dexter and Lumen. So, I mean, basically, a lot of this shit was the same. It was Dexter just trying to convince Lumen that she can trust him. She kept trying to run away. Dexter kept pulling her back. She almost had a chance to escape, but it was like a car with a bunch of teens, and I guess she didn't want to get in it. I don't know why. I mean... So if they're fucking calling you hot or wolf whistling, would you not take your chances in that car?
Yeah, over Dexter, which
if you truly believe Dexter's part of this Blood Fowler crew, would you not take your chances in the car?
Of course you should.
But she didn't, then she got tackled, and I guess Dexter was just pissed off trying to convince her. So he drags her to the swamp where all the barrels are, and he opens up all the barrels and he's like, look at these women. This would have been you if I never fucking saved you and killed Blood Fowler.
I killed Big Boyd.
He then gives her a knife to prove that he's not a bad guy. He's like, look, you can stab me if you want. And then she does stab him. And then she kind of just breaks down immediately. Dexter's like, here, you don't need to cry. It's all right. It's over. She bandages him. I think she sews and bandages his cut. Dexter's like, look, your family's missing you. He went to like a motel and found out information about her and paid off her debts. Very nice of the guy. He says, look, just you forget all this ever happened. You can go. You can leave. But then she says it's not over. She says it'll never be over because Boyd was not the only one. She says there were others and they're part of a bigger crew. And the camera zooms in on Dexter and it's just more people for him to kill, really, isn't it? So he's
big fucking nonsense ring man going on.
Yeah, and that was the end of the episode. And you've got Harry just thinking, for fuck's sake, what are you getting yourself into, Dexter?
I agree, Harry.
Harry always pops up, like, you know, especially in the back.
He was fucking in the back of the car, were you?
Was he not in the back of the car when Dexter was chasing Trinity as well?
I think he was front seat.
Was he front seat?
I think he was front seat. I think he was a shotgun kind of guy.
A shotgun,
not back seat driver.
He's been relegated to the back seat now.
Yep.
Sitting with Lumen. Anyway.
His wee booster seat.
That's it, guys. That's the end of the episode Beauty and the Beast, season 5, episode 4. What's your thoughts on that?
I'll give it a 6. I can see the red flags for Lumen immediately, man. I can.
I'll give it a 7. You know, I like the wee Quinn investigation going on here. Like the wee raid on those two cartel guys, those two killers. Thought that was a decent wee scene with the throat slit. Batista, Huerta, something going to happen there. I don't know. We'll see. I'll get a 7. You're getting a 6. That's a 6.5. And that's it. Quinn suspended. What's he going to do now?
Yeah, what is he going to do? More time to stalk Dexter, potentially? Who knows?
Sounds about right.
He's like the White Dokes, motherfucker.
Yeah, sounds about right. Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time. Peace.